Hi you guys, I'm Anita. Nice to meet you. I'm in California as we speak, sitting on a meditation cushion, meditating. I take a pilgrimage once a year to do a Vipassana 10-day meditation sitting, just to get quiet and decompress all this busyness, and to take my practices of mindfulness and meditation to the next level and to explore and to continue on this journey. And so while I can't be with you today in person, I am going to be with you today and on Thursday via video. And if you have any questions, feel free to save them up, and I will open up a Q&A the first thing on Tuesday when we start our class. So if you can just keep them in mind, and if you think you're going to forget them, go write them on the roll sheet or write them down somewhere. And let's get started with class today, you guys. I'm so excited. First day of class. Woohoo! So the first day of class, first question to answer is, what the heck is Tai Chi? What is this thing, this practice you've come to do? I first got really drawn or attracted to Tai Chi when I was staying at a beautiful hotel in San Francisco that overlooked the bay. And right in front of my hotel room there was this little park. And one morning I happened to randomly get up for some reason, walk past the window, and something caught my attention, and it was these people. They would string in from this street and this street and this street, and they would all just ascend on this park, like 20 or 30 people every morning. It was the coolest thing, from every direction in the neighborhood. And then they would walk around the perimeter and do their funky, silly warm-up movements. And then they would come back to the front, and all at once as a group, they would just move through these like 20-something forms. Tai Chi is, or Tai Chi as they pronounce it with the G, Tai Chi in the East, is a practice of moving meditation, of stringing martial arts forms or movements together. They string them together like you would string together a symphony, or you would choreograph a dance, and you put it together. And you move with the breath and the flow, and you stay present, and it's a moving meditation. So at the core, I always say keep it simple. All it is a moving meditation practice. And Tai Chi or Tai Chi comes from its mother practice, or its lineage practice of Qigong, or Qigong as they pronounce it. And that came rooted out of traditional Chinese medicine. And now Qigong is actually practiced more so than Tai Chi. Tai Chi or Tai Chi got really popular in the West and took off, and Qigong, they kind of went back to their roots in the East. And it's practiced by a huge portion of the Chinese population because their healthcare system is imploding underneath the weight of population that's on top of it. And so it's a way to put some responsibility on the practitioner, on the citizen, to say, hey, maybe if I take some accountability in my health and I stay present and maybe do a little practice of meditation and mindfulness every day, I will have a little bit more energy and vitality, and I may be able to, decompress and de-stress and learn how to shut down my busy mind and learn how to reap some benefits. And also, I'm moving and my joints are getting nice and flexible, and I'm on my feet. I'm doing a natural movement, and these movements help work the lymphatic system, my cleansing system. They help my circulatory system, and help with blood pressure and heart rate. And so fun. They're fun, and they're just pleasurable. They're enjoyable. I suspect you may have seen Tai Chi in a movie. I've seen it in a movie, and whenever I see somebody truly practicing, like truly let go in the present moment, no ego, just egoless, that's the most beautiful thing. And you get the sense that, that person is just experiences peace right now, and just stillness and quiet, and they are. And that's the beauty of this practice. So I'm so excited that you're decided to take this journey and to treat yourself, to expose yourself to this knowledge, this ancient wisdom, this beautiful dance, this creative practice. And it is a practice. So I'm going to encourage you to not just practice in here on Tuesdays and Thursdays with us, but do a little bit every day. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can come up with. And I'll give you plenty of things to do and practice and ways to incorporate it into your life, so that hopefully by the end of this semester you've cemented in a practice and you felt the value of this practice and think, well, this is worthy of my time. This is worthy of my attention moving forward. And so at the end of the day, just remember what we're doing is a fun and playful and beautiful, artful, soulful connection to breath and present moment. And it's just movement and meditation. So each week I'm going to teach you a little concept about this, a little piece of the puzzle I'm going to put together for you about this practice as a whole, and how it can be augmented and supplemented by other practices like yoga and meditation, or how it can be used in the alternative to those practices, or how it uses and incorporates some of those things. So in India we got yoga, and in China we got Tai Chi, Qigong, same things, moving meditations. So I actually use Tai Chi or Tai Chi and Qigong, and I intersperse them with my practices of yoga and in different places and areas of my life when I need them. It's another tool, another way to level up, another tool that we can use to enhance our life. And so the concept of this week that I'm going to teach you a lot of kind of terms of arts. We're going to talk about flow, and we're going to talk about breath and how important breath is. We're going to talk about playing with the resistant edge of resilience. We're going to talk about inner alchemy. Those are all things that are related to this practice, that this practice helps to encourage and flourish in our lives. And so this week's topic is holding a space. So I'm going to talk to you about holding a space for yourself, you holding a space for yourself in this practice, and all of us in this room holding a space in unison of our practice to elevate the energy, and how to maintain and keep that space, and what holding a space is, and how you may start to see concepts like this, holding a space, and go, oh, I could see how if I did this here and here and here in my life, wow, cool things could happen with that. It's another tool that you can take, I say, off the cushion, off the mat, off the practice, and into your everyday life. So here we go, holding spaces. So holding spaces is a tool that you can do not just for your practice of Tai Chi, but any practice of mindfulness, and also in your everyday life. We hold spaces for people all the time. We've had our space held for us from other people in our lifetime. Space to grieve in, space to have joy in, space to let go in, space to decompress in. This is, for example, the easiest way to describe it would be your significant other comes home from work, and you see that they're in pain, or you see that they've been stressed out, or that they've had a bad day, and you go, oh, how could I, be present and know they might need some help right now, and I can just hold that space for them and say, hey, how was your day? Maybe talk to them, maybe let them decompress a bit, and then say, oh, well, let's change the focus here, and for lack of a better term, I know that sounds corny, but let's turn that frown upside down, because that's wasting our energy being over there. You're home now, let's let the work day go, and you hold that space for them. And in holding a space for your practice, the importance of doing that is you've already held a space for this practice. You have now carved out 2 days a week from 12 to 12:50 a space to come and practice. In this room, we've carved out a space for all of us to practice in. So we're going to go a little deeper. So next time you walk in this room from the outside, maybe stop and just go and do this with me right now. Everybody close your eyes, and just go, open your mouth as you exhale and just go, ah, and just decompress. Inhale through the nose and exhale, ah, and you're going to make an ah or a ha, or everybody yawn could come out, that's okay. And you just decompress. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. And so every time you come to this class and this practice and you walk in that door, see if you can just leave your to-do list, your ego, distractions, anything that doesn't serve you, just leave it outside that door. And before you walk in, just close your eyes and go, I'm just coming to Tai Chi. I'm just going to move and meditate for the next 50 minutes and play and enjoy myself and get to know myself. This is a journey to move within. And it starts by you clearing out a space to be able to do that. And then we come in the room, and I want you to look around, and it's so embarrassing, but look around and say, hi, I'm Anita, nice to meet you. Shake a hand or say hello. Hi, I'm Anita, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Talk to your neighbor. And then look him in the eye. I know it's so embarrassing. Look him in the eye and just remember, he or she's here for the same reason as you, maybe to get a little peace and quiet in their life, decompress, learn a beautiful practice, get creative and less stressed, and increase their vitality and their energy, and be like, yeah, okay, well, when I walk in this room, I'm going to do that at the door. I'm going to leave my baggage behind, and when I come in, I'm going to bring it. Because we're practicing together. And the practice of yoga or the practice of Tai Chi, you've seen people do it in groups, but it's not a group practice per se, but there is some level of group energy. Like there's that synergy in all of us being on the same page and bringing our best selves to the forefront. You know, bring our best energy, letting go of what we need to let go of, and just starting to play in that space. And it's an individual practice. Only you feel how the breath flows in through your body and how it gets released, or what sensations only you feel inside your body. It's your practice to journey inward, but we come to the same place to practice with like-minded people and individuals, so we can raise up that frequency a little bit higher and just enjoy like-minded people. So all these people in this room came here probably for some of the same reasons as you did, so nod and say hello and recognize that. And each class we have, try to do that when you come in the door, and let's elevate that space together. So speaking of holding spaces, look through your week this week and see, where can I hold a space for somebody else? Where can I hold a space for myself? And start just kind of letting that concept sink in and mull it over. And then speaking of elevating and uplifting, let's get up to our feet and do this practice. So we're going to practice today about 4 or 5 of my favorite postures. So get yourself up to your feet and maybe give a little wiggle and a shake, stretch the legs. If you need to go grab a yoga mat to stand on, or something to cushion under your feet, or you want to use a chair to sit on, you can do this practice today in a chair. And again, if you have any questions on modifying anything, these first 2 classes will be super simple. You can either do them seated or standing. So I'm going to give you some time if you want to pause and go get a chair, or set yourself up, and let's get started. So Qigong is, unlike Tai Chi, not a bunch of movements strung together like to make a sequence, but Qigong is just one movement, and I'm going to do 4 or 5 is all. And we'll stay in the movement, and then when we transition to the next movement, we'll leave the last one behind. And what you're doing is just, we're going to play in that movement until it starts to feel like you get to relax and you get to really flow and find the edges of that movement, and start to think about, as you practice, allowing your breath to be natural. Allow the movement to go with your breath. So if I'm on an inhale and lifting up, don't do what I'm doing or your neighbor. If you're on an exhale when I'm on an inhale, this is your practice. So remember to go at your own pace. And I would encourage you these first 2 or 3 classes to close your eyes as much as you can and move inward and allow yourself to relax. Meditation, a huge component to meditation is just being able to relax. And so if you can remember those 2 things, just relax and let the breath flow naturally, the movement will follow, and everything will come into place. And never ever ever worry about, am I doing Tai Chi right? You're here, you're breathing, you're moving, you're flowing. That's all you got to do. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to do Tai Chi. It's a practice and a journey, and let's get started on that practice and journey. So these are my 4 or 5 top postures or movements of Qigong, and I hope you enjoy them. And remember, throughout this week, you can practice them at any time. If you're, wake up, get out of bed, if you can remember just one of them, just do that one movement every day. Because that's the thing, this is a practice. If you could add 4 or 5 minutes in a little bit every day, you would notice exponential growth. The fact that we're practicing, it's just like a physical exercise, weightlifting, cardiovascular training. Do it 2 or 3, 4 times a week, and you're going to notice huge bumps in leveling up and growth and expansion and learning and experiential knowledge. And so if you can, even if you just remember one of them, just with the one that feels the best to you today, just be like, that's the one I'm going to remember, and I'm going to do it once a day. If you can remember to do that over the next week. It's not going to be required of you. This isn't an assignment. I'm just encouraging you to, whenever I can, show you a way to take the practice a little further or deeper. I'm going to share that with you, and that would be a good tip. So let's get started.